Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of painting. Today we are going to finish off this little walk in the woods here that we got going on. This double waterfall, big old stream down at the bottom, couple small streams. So today we're going to get this finished up. We're going to put in basically a big old rock wall kind of right across the front there to hold in our waterfalls. And then we're going to put some land in at the top, land down at the bottom. I'm thinking a tree that kind of goes right over here or something. We'll see where we go. So this is using the exact same colors that we used in part one, but right now I'm going to go ahead and run all these colors again back onto the screen, starting with the titanium white, working my way around here to the yellow ochre. So it goes in a nice circle like that. Those will flash on the bottom of the screen for you. They'll also be down in the comments or down in the section below the video. So all right, well, let's go ahead and hop into it. What I'm thinking is we're going to start off with that rock that's going all the way through here to hold everything in. Then we can work on our layers. We can start from the top and then do the bottom and then just kind of finish our touches of where our water and land meet. And we got ourselves a finished painting. So I'm going to go ahead and go on in here and I'm going to grab some black, some raw umber, and a touch of the burnt sienna, as well as, why not, just a little bit of phthalo blue. I got plenty of it there, and it helps make a nice dark color. So we're going to go in here and mix this up nice and good. This is going to be our dark rock color that we're going to use to put in there. Now I noticed we do have already dark color in there. We don't need dark color on dark color, but this is going to help to create some of that texture that we're looking for, as well as this color, when we put a lighter color on it, will help show through a little bit and you'll actually be able to see it. So I'm going to pull it out nice and flat and then give myself just a little bit of roll of paint right on there. I don't know if you're able to see that or not. Still trying to figure out exactly where I need to put my blade so that way you can see it. And then we're just going to come up on here and we're just going to kind of block in a little bit of shape, and I want to bring it right out into the waterfall a little bit and then down right over off to the side. So just pulling this color on down. This is mostly brown, a little black, a little blue, and we're just going to block in all that paint on there. So you probably won't be able to see that other than when I'm coming right across onto the waterfall there, but that's okay. It's kind of exactly why you don't have to worry too much about it, because that dark color underneath will certainly work for you for this part of the painting. This is why I love dark paintings, is that you can use this contrast and create all kinds of wonderful little things in here. So we're going to bring our rock right on over here, and it's going to go dropping all the way down in here. And so yeah, a lot of our little stuff is going to get covered up, but that's totally okay. So he comes out on there. In fact, I'm going to bring him up a little bit there. And heck, he comes right on out into the middle of our waterfall there, doesn't he? And when you do that, when you bring it into the waterfall, it actually helps to create where and push that waterfall back into the rocks and things that are actually supposed to be there holding it. So over here, you're going to come up on this side. And on this side, where I have just nothing but dark color, I'm not going to worry about it in the least. I just really want to get this color in right along where the rock is. There we go. And we'll finish off with what we got left there and just kind of place it in. And then you hear it, I'm getting nice and rough with this canvas. I'm really trying to push that color in there. I'm not being gentle. The canvas can take it. It'll be just fine. So now we're going to go in there and let's create our highlight color. So I'm going to take some white, some burnt sienna, a little bit of raw umber, and mix it all together. And it came out a little bit more umbery than I want, or I'm sorry, not umbery, but a little more with the sienna touch than I was really looking for. And then I'm going to also throw in just a little bit of black to kind of help dull it down. And there we go. You see I just got a nice marbled color all the way across. This has a little bit more red into it because of that, so I went back and changed it. So just going to again get a little bit of roll of paint right there, and I'm just going to come across on the top of our rock and just put in some indications of a little rock that lives up here. And so I'm just going to put it in like that, and there we go. I'll come back over here into the middle. And I'm really trying to keep this on the top part of the rock. I don't want to bring it too far down because I do want to have a shadow color in here to help build the shape of our rock a little bit. So I'm going to bring that down. Like that. And the way in which you kind of pull this is also helping indicate the shape of the rock that you're building here. So you want to be careful with that as well. Let's see, I'm gonna block the camera just a little bit here to get over into this. And I don't know, again, I don't know what's going to actually show up here. And in fact, I'm going to pull out a nice little flat area right here. To create like another level on this rock. Now you got the parts up above, you got the part down here below, and to show that it's there, I'm just going to take it and pull some of that color just straight down below it and let it reflect straight down. Okay, so we got that in. Let's go ahead and make a shadow color. So I'm going to take some blue, some white, makes it kind of into this darker, what we have left of our highlight color. And it's going to turn to a nice bluish gray with some earthy tones in there. I'm just going to take that and go into some of these dark areas and be real light with the touch and pull it down. Like that. And then this one, we can come across here and just pull him straight down. All right. Up in here, we got all kinds of little things going on. Allow some of those colors to mix, some of those to not mix, because we definitely want to keep some of our bright areas. We want to keep some of our dark areas. All right, let's take a step back there. I'm really liking the way that's turning out. I think that's looking really good. Yeah, in fact, all I'm going to do let's come in here, and I just want to try to darken up, honestly, a little bit of this area. It's got a little bit too much paint for my liking, but that is okay. So there we go, we got that in, we got our rocks. So now let's add some grass in around it and make sure our streams here have something holding them in. So I'm just going to go straight with a fan brush and just pick up some of this dark green we got going on down here. Alrighty. Pick it up. And I'm just going to go right on back here to the edge of our forest. I'm just going to be picking up some of this color and dropping it in. And bring it right on over to our streams. And in fact, we want to mix in, honestly, a little bit of darker color into that too. We don't want it to be quite so bright and everywhere. Okay. I'm going to go right into a little bit of sap green, bring it back over into my yellow, and I'm going to go to this side. And again, same thing. We're just going to start to kind of bridge this back area in with our front. There we are. Just putting in all kinds of bushy little things and grassy areas. Nice and easy. In fact, over here I accidentally picked up a little bit of that rock color and brought it back, and that's totally okay because it has worked out nicely. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pick up some blue and sap green, and I'm going to paint some really dark stuff in right in this front area here. I want to darken it up nicely. And then actually, we're picking up some of that light color as it is. We'll bring that in as well. Let's see. So, we'll just go back with some of that light and just pop it on in. Just like that. Not too bad, not too bad. In fact, I think I really like that. I'm going to go in again with some dark color over here. I'm going to start back and just start slowly filling in all kinds of stuff over here. Alright, let's pick up some light and just working back and forth. Light and dark, light and dark. Alright. Let's pick up some really light color now. I say really light, and here we are with not nearly as light as that, I tell you. I want to darken that area back up there just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. I like that. Okay, all right. Not too shabby. So, let's go ahead and let's grab our knife here. Let's mix this up a little more of that dark color. So we're going to grab just a little Pthalo Blue, black, Sap Green. Come over here and put it into a nice pile for me. And then a 1-inch brush, and I'm just going to pick up a lot of that color. I'm going to come down in here. I'm going to start to box in and fill in right over in here. Just some nice dark undercolors for us to work with. Okay. And then same thing. Let's go right back into our light color. And we just want to work back and forth. Lights to darks, darks to lights. It adds just all kinds of little depths into the painting, all kinds of little things. There we go. And in fact, let's get this guy, and I want to run him right into some of the lighter stuff, picking up different yellows. And bring him in here. There we are. I like that, I like that. It's looking pretty good. What do you think? Not too shabby? Let's see here. What do we need? What do we need? We definitely need a giant tree still. I think we definitely still need to put a good sized tree over here. I think that would look really good. We need to connect in that land over there. And I say we can put in a couple of little stones up top around that area. So let me get my hands emptied up here. I'm just making a big old pile of brushes in my hands and I can't even hold all of them. So let's go ahead and take that off. And let's clean some of these brushes that we've been using. There we go. There's a nice clean brush. Cleaning brushes is nice and fun. It's relaxing, honestly. I remember when I first started painting, I didn't like to clean the brushes because I would just purposely put it off, and I mean there was times I would go days without cleaning my brush or my palette after a painting. Man, would that stuff just cake on there, and it did not want to come off afterwards. So highly recommend cleaning it immediately when you're done and finished painting. But I also just find it relaxing and enjoying to do it, so it's definitely not too bad to do. All right, let's go ahead back down here to our messy palette and let's get our honestly I don't want to touch that. I want to just leave it nice and dark and leave the indications of where the water's going, and what we'll do is we'll go back into some white and bubble it up against it, but I really don't want to put too much in there. Too much more in there, I should say. So let's go ahead and let's put in some happy little stones in the background, put in our big tree, and we'll be just about done. So I'm just going into some brown, and then I'm just going to run some white right over the other side. And we're just going to put in some stones and things, some land, other stuff back in here. Real subtle, real soft. It's better if you thin out the white paint, but I didn't do that, and so now we're just gonna work with it. Yeah, right in there's one. Some land right in here. Soften those. Just all kinds of little things. Make all kinds of beautiful, wonderful little things. Alright, got a little stone down here in the middle, and I think that's going to be it for that. Should not have put that there. That was full of paint and I dropped it right in the middle. Let me grab our fan brush we were using for our white for our water. And I'm going to go in just the tiniest touch of blue and green. And then come on back up here. And we're just going to soften up some spots of water, add in and blend in some of our colors a little more. just want to add some little sparklers every now and then where water's just bubbling up just a little more, or things like that. Over here along the side, it's bouncing up against that. We got all kinds of things going on in here, especially having two waterfalls like this. Crazy. There we go. I like that. In the background here, just gonna soften some things. Okay, let's put in our big tree and let's get this painting done. So, we are gonna need a little bit more raw umber. I did run pretty low. Sorry I'm being kind of quiet in this episode. I just don't necessarily have a lot to say at the moment. It's a very hot day here. Very hot day. And I don't know if having the window open is necessarily helping that. But this painting is the first time I've actually been able to have bright natural light coming in to really help brighten up the painting. So I hope that actually makes the video quality a lot better. That was certainly the purpose of it. So right up through there is going to be our tree. Just like that. You just gotta do it and commit to it and go with it. There's no going back. And you certainly don't make any mistakes with it, so just do it and live by it. There we are. I think this tree is going to be pretty similar to the ones we got in the background. Just going to be a tree with some limbs, some weird bushes and things. I don't know. I don't know what kind of tree it is. It's a tree. It's a tree, and it's pretty. And at the moment, it had two little tops trying to come through there, and it's because it's got all kinds of paint that I'm working through to try to put that on there. There's all kinds of thicknesses going on in there that it's having a little bit of issues sticking to, and that's okay. We can make it work. So now let's go into some of this color right here that we had mixed up for part of our rocks. And I'm just going to start working my way up the tree along one side, pulling it, touching it, letting it just create the indications of all kinds of branches and, well, bark, not branches, bark. Silly me. Silly me. And I'm leaving it really just on there real thick. This is almost like you're going to be able to, you really could touch this once it dries and really get all kinds of texture from it. Now I'm going to go in to a slightest amount of blue, as if it's a reflection of the shadow coming back up onto the back of the tree. Sounds weird when I say it out loud, but it does add a nice little touch to the shadow side. There we go. Alright, so now we got our tree in here, and let's add in some branches and some leaves, and I think we got ourselves a finished painting. So back into our paint thinner, right into our raw umber. So the raw umber is a lighter variation of Van Dyke brown. Raw umber is much more of just a nice deep brown, and Van Dyke brown is just a very, very dark brown, almost black. So if you're looking for a lighter brown, burnt sienna is fantastic. It's got some red in it, but raw umber to me is a really good brown, kind of a traditional style brown, I guess you could say. There we are. And I don't know if I want to add any leaves on him or not. In fact, I'm just not going to. I like right where he's at. So we're gonna add just all kinds of little dewars coming off of him. In fact, there goes one right over there. And there we go. Touch, touch, touch. Just lots of little branches. Ooh, that's a big one. Big branch coming through. And that's something you're gonna be careful about, is because you don't want to get too big of branches going off on there, especially if they're potentially bigger than your trunk. Then you got an issue. But you can always resize and change things as you go. That's part of the fun and joy of painting. Let's see here. I want to mix just a little bit of colors into some of that up in there going on. Some of those lighter areas. Try to do some different things. Huh. Well, you know what? I don't like the way that turned out. So we are going to end up putting leaves on it. That's funny. That's all it takes. You just kind of mess it up a little bit, and then suddenly you're putting leaves on that bad boy because you don't like the way it looks. And that's okay. That's okay. So I'm just going to go into some blue and some brown and some green and some black. And we're going to just touch on a little bit of color. Fill it up again. And there we go. We got that on there. Nice, nice. So that kind of helped cover up that accident over there. And that's why we can make and change and do anything we want to do with it. We don't have to stick or commit to anything we make. We can make things any way we want to. So now I'm going to go into some very, very thin greens and yellow, and then go and apply some color in there. I'll grab some yellow ochre even. Haven't even used it this entire painting. Haven't even used it the entire painting. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. All right. Well, with that, let's go ahead. We're going to give this guy a little bit of a signature and call him a finished painting. I think that'll be all we're going to do in it today. I think she is just about done. Just got to blend in the bottom of the tree there to cut it off. Add in a little yellow ochre down there, and I think that is all that we are going to do today. So, with that, I thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to sign it off camera. I don't have any red out actually to do it with at the moment. But thank you guys for joining me. I hope you did enjoy today's painting. I hope you do give it a try, and I hope you're trying your own things. And I would love to see anything you're doing. If you have anything you want to see me paint or try, let me know. If you're interested in purchasing any paintings you see potentially, I might be willing to sell some of them, just not 100% sure. Just let me know. You can DM me on Instagram, Twitter, wherever. I don't know if you can on YouTube. I'm still learning. I don't know. But Until next weekend, have a good one, stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.